Hello and welcome back to Blackredmintypodcast. Today I'm going to be talking about what I experienced the past week. I was really sad at the funeral, but the songs reminded me of Joe. And speaking of Joe, I'd like to try some Branches candy corn. I'm assuming that they're not much different from girlies. I've only tried girlies, but Joe liked candy corn nonetheless. But I was treated like shit as usual. And it's even more annoying when I go out to eat that someone always has to whistle every time, and it's so annoying because unlike when I'm at home, I can't actually block it out with a video. When I'm at home, I have videos on that sometimes block it out, and sometimes I have to put the TV on, but my TV is no good now. It seems like I can't get any channels on it, so that's a problem because my iPad can't always block them out. There's been times where I've been watching rage gaming videos, and it's surprising for them that they can't block them out the way that they shout all the time. Makes sense with their channel name, but yeah, it's weird that that doesn't block things out. Because I'd rather hear them shouting than have some annoying paedophile whistling all the time. And he always comes to the house every day, and I don't know why. It's quite stalkerish that he comes near my house every day and whistles. But yeah, I'm also really disappointed that I can't get a PlayStation until next month now because I had to end up spending £12.99 on Spotify Premium instead of just £10. And also, I'm still waiting to hear back from a job I had an interview for over a week ago. It'll be 2 weeks ago on Wednesday, or tomorrow because I'm posting this on a Tuesday. So, yeah, and still nothing back. There might be something on my emails now, though. So, yeah, it's a shame that I might not get to be a editor for Rage Gaming videos. I think they've already selected someone else. Maybe I should have shown more interest instead of just answering these questions. Because I would have loved to have done that for a job. But, yeah. Let me just see. No. I'll pin that and apply to it when I'm done recording this episode. But, no, nothing on that job. We can check Indeed, though, and see if anything on there has been said, like last time they messaged. Will they message again this time? Or will it just say under my jobs, not selected by employer, like it says for a lot of them? And middle fingers for all them. Sorry. But that's what happens when you used to have mould in your room. But yeah. Just gonna pause for a bit because I need to find Wattpad to get a story up. Because I don't know if there's anything else that I can discuss at the moment. Like, it's hard to think. But yeah, I'm trying to think if I can remember what I was gonna say. Like, I don't think anything important has really happened. Well, I am going to Zumba tonight, so I guess I could discuss that. Just, sorry again, getting distracted. Sorry, and that confused me as well. Keep thinking that they're talking about my profile, but they're not. I was walking out of the parking lot and onto the sidewalk. I looked up at the pedestrians walking. They seemed so used to the insane heat in Memphis. I sighed, smiling. Las Vegas is nothing compared to this heat. Luckily, I was only in Memphis for a short time for a psychological science conference. As much as I geeked out about going to the King of Rock and Roll's home, I had to remember I was a professional psychologist that had to put her work first. Must be nice. I looked down at my smartphone to make sure it was the right date. June 15th, 2013. I had my whole day planned out. As soon as I got out of the conference, I'd be going to Graceland for a single VIP tour. Then I'd probably buy everything that they had in the gift shop, snap back into reality, and I realised I was just a couple of blocks away from the conference, so I started to walk faster and check the time on my phone, but then suddenly I just stopped and read a text message someone sent. After finishing replying, I looked back up. Nothing was the same. Everyone near me was staring like I'm a psycho killer. I look around at everyone and notice that they all have slacks and long skirts on with short hair. My face couldn't help but grow bright red. My body turns numb. People's faces were in disgust. Now I hear people mumble the weirdest thing. This tramp is wearing the shortest skirt I've ever seen. How is her hair not pinned, curled? If I were her husband, I'd give her a stern. Embarrassed and clueless, I walked away. My way to the other side of the street. But new staring eyes welcomed me as I walked away from everyone. A man with a pencil and notepad tried catching up with me, and another man with a black box and a big light bulb was following him. I looked back and realised he was waiting to get a good shot of me. I panicked and I was suddenly grabbed by a small hand. It made me stop and turn to the person. It was a woman, no older than I am, maybe 22. She had the most sweetest smile. I'm so sorry, sweetie, if I might have scared you. It looks like you have no idea where you are. Or maybe when. Quickly follow me before that reporter sticks his nose in where it doesn't belong. Just then, the cameraman took a photo. I knew because of the anonymous flash, enormous bright flash that made the other woman flinch. Without a second thought, she led me to her home. I found myself being tugged from back alleys, dark alleys. Finally, we stopped. She slowly turned to me, smiling. She let go of my wrist. Walking out into the street, she turned to me as I stepped out of the alley. Cautiously, I looked around and saw a neighborhood. Kids are playing in the front yard, dogs barking in joy, and couples passed by, holding hands on the sidewalk. Must be nice. Out of astonishment, all I could say is just, wow, make you drive, jump. By now, the woman is crossing the street to get to a lovely little yellow house. I quickly followed behind her, still taking in my surroundings. As soon as she was near the door, I stopped at the gate. She turned to me with a grin. You'll be safe here. Now come in. My husband is at work. Confused to why she brought up her husband, and I agreed and walked in. Must be nice. I politely shut the door and watched the woman disappear into one of the rooms. I take a deep breath and finally speak. Thanks a lot for saving me out there. I don't know what I'd do if it wasn't for you. The woman finally comes back with some clothes folded neatly in her hand. She walks up to me and smiles. Don't worry about it. I heard what some people were saying, and that's not right at all. Obviously, you aren't here. I'm from here. Well, anyways, I just came dropping off my son at preschool and saw you. The press can be savages, and I couldn't just leave you there. Anyways, here, these are some of my clothes. You can wear them for now until we go shopping for more. She handed me the folded clothes, still keeping the smile on her face. My name is Judy. I really hope I didn't scare you earlier. She looks at me with hope in her eyes until I finally spoke. Thanks again, Judy. I just don't know what happened. I was on my phone all of a sudden. I'm in a whole different setting. Her smile turned into serious face. Well, I mean, it is June 15th, 2013, half an hour ago. I don't know what happened myself. I tried explaining myself, but all I found myself doing was confuse Judy and myself. You can't be from the future. She stares at my appearance and more than ever with such confusion and interest. Well, I certainly don't look like you or any other woman that was staring me down earlier. Let's just say there's a big difference in fashion and feminism in the future. Confused, she starts walking towards the room. She looks back at me. Come on, you need a place to stay until you find out how to get back. Relieved of her kindness and belief in the stranger, I followed her. Thank you. Hey, you seem like a sister to me already. And the name's Marie. Marie Herrera. Marie's the name of a lady of Spain. She hugs me and grins. Already? Not time to read some more. Also, I'm curious about the whole thing, like the audio thing. Like there's audio recording for this. I can't read too much of this. There's a lot of chapters of this. I might have to bookmark and read it next time. It's past midnight in Graceland, and he's sitting in front of the television box in the jungle room. Late night snooze flashes scream, interrupting his cowboy movie. He mumbles and obscenely reaches for the remote when the new anchor says, "A woman seen nearby South Land Mall, dressing provocatively, leaving men and women distracted." Just then, a black and white picture of a lovely girl dazzles the screen. The beautiful girl, I'll say never, don't change, I'll say no. Didn't seem to notice the picture was being taken. She turned ever so gracefully in the picture, but still showed all her lovely features. His eyes sparked with interest to the box with open ears. Unsure of who this woman is, the reporters were at the scene. She caught everyone at the Southland Mall's attention. The woman appeared out of thin air and wore a skirt shorter than anything Memphis has ever seen. Eyewitnesses say she looks like a street blogger. Wherever you go. With long black hair, the woman was last seen running off with another Memphis native woman. The two were never seen again for the rest of the day. We'll keep an eye on this woman, for some citizens believe she's from the future. Some citizens, I must say, she looked like a streetwalker. The woman was last seen running off with another Memphis native woman. The two were never seen again for the rest of the day. We'll keep an eye on the woman, for some citizens believe she's from the future. I'm Robert Waite, and that's it for Channel 10 News. Now back to the original channel schedule. His cowboy movie came up on the screen once again, but this time he didn't pay any attention. His thoughts were all set on the mysterious woman that came out of nowhere. Waking up in the morning, the night peep, was difficult. It seemed like yesterday was a complete dream. I tried making myself think I was back home in Vegas. Viva Las Vegas! But I was still in the same time and place. After a couple of hours staying in bed, I got up, making my mission to look like a 50s woman to avoid the press. I'd used Judy's clothes she offered me. It was a short-sleeved yellow cream button-up shirt with an orange knee-length skirt to match. I put my hair up in a ponytail, giving myself a winged eye look. Without hesitation, I opened the door to her. Her husband and son looking up at me from their breakfast, my eyes open wide. Um, I'm sorry? Judy's husband wipes his mouth on his napkin and stands up. Miss Marie? He walks up to me as I stay frozen. My wife told me everything as much as I'm a skeptic and the man of the house. I don't very much believe you're from the future, but I do believe in helping those who have bonded with my family. A small smile creeps up my frightened face. in my friend's face, I should say. Now I understand why she's brought up her husband. The 50s, duh. Thank you. Robert Tylerson, very nice to meet you, darling. Thanks again for forgive me for interrupting your breakfast. Robert smiles, patting my back. Nonsense. You're friendly now. You're only joining us now. It leads me to the table of a smiling Judy and a curious little 3-year-old brat boy. I smile at him. He sheepishly laughs. Judy notices the growing bond and chirps in. His name's Russell. As we eat breakfast, we got to know each other more. Judy's a stay-at-home mom, while Robert works at an advertising company. Wish I could get into that. I've tried to get into that, but can't find a way. But I do like to quote adverts, though. Little Russell goes to preschool so he can be ahead of his kindergarten class. The family's so perfect and the definition of a 1950s family. They love each other dearly and have the proof. Lastly, Robert was running late. He ran out the door as we all finished. As I helped Judy clean the table, I suggested to go shopping for more clothes. She was overjoyed about the idea. We quickly finished cleaning. Now it's time to take little Russell to school. The brat didn't want to leave my side. How about you go take Russell to his preschool? How about you go take Russell to his preschool? Well, while I go to that 1 mile. She had a worried look on her face. You sure, Marie? I smiled. Yeah, it's just down the street. And anyways, I look like a 50s cat, don't I? I smirk, fixing my limp skirt. She giggles and puts a sweater on Russell. Okay, you go ahead then. I'll catch up. Smiling wide, I ran to my room and grabbed my phone and bag. It's a habit grabbing my phone, but either way, it can be used as a watch. Judy and Russell said their goodbyes as we walked to the opposite ways of the sidewalk. Finally, I was making my way back to the place, making my way where all the crap started. As I arrived at the mall, nobody seemed to glare at me or notice my presence. Deep down, I smiled proud. I reassured myself I wasn't going to get noticed and decided to check if I had any money on me. Then it hit me. Cashiers aren't going to realize my money's not from this time. I cursed quietly to myself and decided to walk in the mall, hoping Judy would come to the rescue and think of a solution. I walked in the mall with such confidence and a smile. There's a certain people that are staring, but probably thinking I was insane. There was a good old the penny that I was walking to when all of a sudden men with pencils and pens and notepads ran up to me without noticing men with those black boxes as cameras had aimed at me again. Blocked from every angle, I stood in defeat as they began to investigate me. Miss, the Memphis News, and the world wants to know what's your name. Well, my name is Marie. Marie's the name of the lead display. Now, please tell me, beautiful, why are you wearing those clothes? Why were you wearing those clothes yesterday? Innocently, I replied, well, I was so shocked to see everyone as they were with me. I mean, the future is a completely different place. Women wear skirts and shorts a lot shorter than what I had on yesterday. Skirts are seen through or cut up, sometimes not even buttoned up. Fashion is completely different. Society is completely different. Maybe not for the better, but they are. So, sir, if you may ask that I'm not so different in my present, which is 2013 or 2013. Don't get me wrong, when I was in the future, I yearned for the 50s and 60s. In my opinion, those eras were a lot better than the 70s, 80s, and everything after that. Tell me then, sweetie, who's your favorite person in this era? I smiled, blushing. Mr. Presley, sir. Expecting the reaction, all the men looked at each other with a smirk or annoyed look on their face. Thankfully, Judy was pushing her way through the wall of reporters, but sweetly she shouted, "Excuse me, pardon me," every now and then. She wrapped her arm around my shoulder to shield me from the press and led me to a J.C. Penney. "I'm sorry, man, but she's under my wing, not yours." We made it to the store, and I turned to Judy, confused. Why the hell are they so obsessed? Judy sighs. "They are savages. Anything they find out that's unknown, they'll swarm it like they're a pack of vultures." I laugh, while beginning to look at the rack of clothes. "So, what year exactly am I in?" I turned my head, lifting a brow. "Well, Marie, it's June 16th, 1957. Astonished, I stared blankly at the clothes on the rack. I whispered under my breath, "Holy crap!" Judy tries consoling me with a hand on my shoulder. "Come on, sweetie, let's go look for some nice clothes for you." "But wait, my money's no use since it's from the future." Judy laughs a hearty laugh. "Honey, those cashiers don't give a damn. They take Canadian money for all they care. Now come." She led me once again to the rack of clothes. Secretly, I was overjoyed about the fact that I was having a shopping spree in one of the best fashion areas ever. So I continued with Judy on my shopping spree. We both had a blast. July 17th, 1957. After signing women's autographs for half an hour in front of the gates of Graceland, I dragged myself. I made my way down to the media room. It wasn't late for the rest of Memphis. It's 5 a.m. I turned the television box on, waiting for anything interesting to be on. In the back of my mind, I'm anticipating for the noisy reporters to have more information on the mysterious girl. I stare at the television screen with hopeful eyes at the start of the news, waiting for a new story about the girl is beginning to make my eyes worry. As on cue, the words "mysterious girl" rang through my ears. The news anchorman smiles. Her name's Marie, and she was seen in the local Southland Mall, where she was first spotted yesterday. Reporters say she was accompanied by the same woman who she met yesterday. Sources also say the same woman opened her house to Marie. For the moment, still a mystery. Marie hasn't given us any details on her stay, on her friend's behalf, but she's defending her statement about being from the future of 2013. Although we're skeptical, Marie gave us a long speech about fashion in her time compared to her first day. She's beginning to look like a ravenous woman of the 50s. Everyone wants to know more about the innocent gal, and we have it here, and have it here. Stay tuned for the weather. As the news anchor spoke, a short video gave my eyes what I desired. The video showed a pale-faced girl, long locks of black hair bouncing behind her back. Her big eyes made a shining statement once. She looked up at her friend and led her away from the reporters. Then, as fast as she glanced the TV screen, she disappeared even quicker. My mind went blank. I found myself sitting on the edge of my chair, dazed and confused. I put my hands on my face out of exhaustion, frustration, and astonishment. I have her image in my head. I can't get enough of it. I don't know how, but soon after I knocked out. By the time I woke, Charlie, one of my dear friends, came up to check on me. "Come on, E. Remember you have that meeting with Ed Sullivan's manager, right? You're going to be late if you don't hurry." Annoyed, I got up with a throbbing headache. "Charlie, go get me some aspirin or whatever the hell will make this headache stop." Charlie runs up the stairs and comes back. I take the pills and drink some water and follow him up the stairs to start my day. I walk out Ed Sullivan's manager's office with some friends. Irritated old man's too stubborn to get the new generation of music. I was so close to getting inside my ride when reporters quickly swarm around me. "Mr. Presley! Mr. Presley! Will you answer some questions?" Cameras begin flashing. Even if I said no, they'd still ask. I look around searching for the car, but without luck I answer, "Well, of course." Did you hear about the young miss from the future? I stopped dead in my track. I turned to look to the reporter who asked me the question. Yeah, what about the poor girl? You ain't got enough info on her yet? The reporter showed their shocked faces as I even surprised myself with a reply. I smiled chucklingly, hopefully making them believe it was a joke. Truth be told, they joined in. Rumor has it she's a rock and roll kind of girl. Is she now? I chimed with a smile smirk on still my face. Right on time. My ride pulls up to the side of the opening door before I get in. I turn back to the reporters. One last time. The last time I'm telling you this. Hey, what was the lovely girl's name? A photographer takes a chance and flashes a picture, then answers, Marie's the name of the latest flame. And rumor has it, Elvis is her favorite rock and roller. The photographer smiled pretentiously. Surprise! My eyes widened. I wanted to know more, but I could hear Charlie from the driver's seat calling my name. So I entered the car. I don't know how I feel, but it mostly feels like I've won $1 million jackpot. I didn't say anything the entire ride. I just gazed out of the window. In the beginning of finding out she was from the future, my intentions were to win her over with my charm and find out my future. But now all I wanted to do was just see her and her lovely face. It felt like ages until the car pulled up to Graceland. I stood still in my seat, staring down at my feet, just thinking as Charlie pulled out the keys from the ignition. I look up at him. Charlie, can you send flowers to the future girl? I signed the card. I want to meet her. I tried whispering for some reason, but my agent kept my voice from being silent, as if my accent kept my voice from being silent, as if there was anybody able to hear me. It was just me and Charlie in the car. I see Charlie nod from the corner of my eye. I notice his face shows concern. What you intending with her? I looked to my right window, seeing nothing but green in my car collection. I can't seem to face Charlie either because I'm embarrassed or just dumb. She seems sweetie. It'd be a shame to just use her for your own selfish reason. Charlie always seems to be one step ahead of me. He knew my plan before I could even execute it. I let out a sigh. It's not like that anymore. I mean, it was at first, damn it, but now I just want to see her big brown eyes look at me. All I want now, believe me, Charlie, she ain't like the others. Charlie seems to have a change of heart. He glances at me like he felt guilty. He turns and stares straight ahead. All right, I'll get you some flowers, but first, where in the hell is she staying? Realizing the main problem, I curse under my breath. Looking for a long, raven-haired girl. Can't be that hard, right? Charlie asks, trying to change the mood in the car. It had a little less despair in the car. I smirk at him and punch his arm. What you got, Charlie boy? With wide eyes open, he explained to me, let me stop to there, his plan. See and go and Joe around some hip places around town, all right, to see if she's there. Maybe knock on some houses so that they might shed some light on where she lives. My eyes light up and he noticed a big smile. Thank you, Charlie. You're a hell of a friend. Let's get the hell out of here, huh? Your mama's probably worried. I laugh as we get out of here, but we were too soon welcomed by my mamma. She hugged me tight and hugged Charlie just as tight. She let us inside to feed us some lunch. Still, Marie can't escape my mind. I just hope to find her soon, hopefully, and hopefully never let go. Okay, maybe I'll have to wait until next time to read the other chapters. Maybe if I just bookmark it, then I'll be able to come back to it next time. We can read chapter 3 next time, hopefully. And I'll have to see if I can think of anything else to talk about next time, because it is hard to think about what to talk about, you know? But yeah, hopefully sometime soon I'll have a cat, and you'll probably see a short of a cat, or maybe it be in a post. You know when I'll get a cat, because I'll share it on all my channels, even this one. And you'll see. Yeah, I'm glad I can finally play Monster Hunter on my gaming channel. At least I hope so. I hope it don't mess with my computer. It was fine for Josh from Rage Gamer video, so it should be fine for me. But yeah, let's not delay the ending anymore. I've got videos to edit and post and people to watch. So yeah, thanks for listening / watching, and bye bye.
Meet